Less than a fortnight to go before the elections here in Telangana, and voting and counting all set. And I'm here with BRS Senior Leader Ms. Kavita, ma'am. Thank you so much for speaking with us. You've been campaigning actively on ground. You've been seeing the feel of what the people are witnessing. As per your assumptions, what do you feel is the pulse? Is it going to be a hat-trick yet again for KCR?
Well, yes, very confidently I can say it is going to be a hat-trick because when you look at the background of Telangana, the formation of the state and the development that happened afterwards, people know and understand that it is just because of Honorable KCR Garu who's done this, because he's the one who knows the state of Telangana like the back of his hand. He understands what needs to be fulfilled, what has to happen, how to drive the growth, and he's successfully done it for 10 years, and he's shown responsibility in in the face of every danger. It could be corona, it could be demonetization, it could be introduction of GST. So everything from any major changes that are happening across the nation, he's been there, shown the responsibility. So people like him, people love him. People respect him. More than anything, people believe in him. So that, I believe, his personality, his energy and his sincerity is going to bring us back to power.
We're talking about KCR as not only as a politician, but as a person as well, the kind of developmental schemes that have been brought by the BRS into Telangana. How are we looking at it going forward? Because yesterday the chief minister he had come here, he had spoken in a massive public rally, and he'd also addressed saying that 2024 is going to be a game changer in the face of politics, not only in the state but also at center as well, regional parties that are going to gain the forefront. How do you see this statement? Is it going to be aspirational for KCR ahead of the elections in 2024, or is it going to be a stepping stone for regional parties to combine together?
See, Telangana for us is an emotion. The experience of the growth story of Telangana and the way Honorable KCR Garu was able to take it in a positive way, as in we understood that till date in the 75 years of independence, country is doing the reverse of what has to be done, and we've literally tried it in our state because we are a startup state. People gave us an opportunity. We tried it in our state. We took both rural and urban development hand in hand, and we understand that it works, and this model is so perfect that it can work for the entire nation. So we would be in a position to share our experience with the nation, not with an ambition to rule the nation, but with an ambition to change the nation. And that nobody has done it so far. Because if you ask any economist, he'll say, you invest in industrial growth. Nobody will say give more loans to farmers. Nobody will say give loan more to Yadavs. Nobody will say give more loans to fishermen community. But we've done that. We've empowered our people. We've upskilled our people. We've held their hand. And it really recharged the rural economy. And that money now flows into Hyderabad, and vice versa. So urban economic growth engine is Hyderabad. The rural economic growth engine for us is every single village of Telangana today. So that is why we are able to see the unprecedented growth. Now if it works for Telangana, it should work for the nation, because we are absolutely the same. We are heavily agrarian as a nation. We have so much untapped potential where the government's never made any investments. We are absolutely sitting on a gold mine and not mining it. So that lesson can be learned from Telangana, and this knowledge can be transferred to the nation. See, it's not about who comes to power. What they do with the power, that is important.
We're talking about Telangana being a young state in India as of now, and talking about experiences so far with respect to the center and the politics involving around both the national parties, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress. What kind of stepping stone or glass ceiling do you think they might have to break to make an entrance into the south, especially southern states like Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and so on?
They have to be sincere to begin with. They have to mean what they say. Unfortunately, Honorable Prime Minister comes and makes so many claims which never get manifested on the ground. In reality, they promised us aims for Telangana long time back, never became a reality. They promised aims for Tamil Nadu, never became a reality. They promised so many things in South which they never even tried to address or work on it. So where your ideas are, where your promises are, your purse or your funds have to back it up. Otherwise, where is it going to work out? Whereas in South, we've seen whichever leader promises anything, they at least back it up with the funds that are required for the fulfillment of the project. Like for us, we said we will give water to every acre in Telangana. We built a world's largest lift irrigation scheme in 3.5 years because we made the policy. We backed it up with the funds. We worked on the permissions. We worked with the farmers. We made them understand that losing land for a project will ultimately benefit the overall state. And we worked through it. So that sincerity, that commitment, that execution capability, unless these national parties develop, because they do not have dedicated leaders across South India, unfortunately. See, there is tall leaders like Siddaramaiah Garu and all, but they're still doing the same old mistakes that they've done earlier. They've made tall poll promises which they're not able to fulfill because they do not have money right now. And why did they make these promises? Why did they lie to the people? End of the day, that counts. Sincerity counts. Dedication counts. Execution capacity counts.
I've asked this time and again. Is it we're seeing Chief Minister KCR for CM in 2023? Are we expecting KCR for PM in 2024?
Well, 2023, when we win Telangana, which we are very confident of winning Telangana, certainly his stature as a leader will grow across the nation. We would want to play a very important and crucial role in national development. As I said, it is not to rule the country, it is to change the country. Who can do that? Who can do it in a better way? Let people decide. We will work as a party, we will work into expanding into other states, we will work into sharing our success formula with everybody. That we will do. But let the people decide end of the day.
You've been a tall woman leader. You've been the face of, a woman empowerment in Telangana. You've been a woman of stance and means, especially in southern politics, in southern, states as well. How do you see the impact that women can bring into politics, especially at this time when we are reaching towards a much bigger arena in politics, be it the 2024 elections?
Women, luckily in this nation, feel that vote is one thing they can do despite, of the family pressure. So the secrecy in the ballot is the empowerment of women in a way, and I think it has emancipated them in the ways and means that we can't even imagine. So whatever you say and whatever you do, women compare, and when they understand that this party can do it and this party walks the talk, they're never going to leave you. Unlike men who get influenced by a lot of things, I don't want to say it on record, but a lot of things, they waver a lot, but women don't. So as a result, you see women have started voting much more in number than before. Women have started to discuss about issues very vocally with their families. They're taking interest in politics, and the local body reservation has really empowered them. And seeing them, there are many more people who are coming forward to take much bigger roles. Very welcoming move. So women is a factor today in India which cannot be ignored by any political party, and party which respects women will get their most love and votes.
We're seeing, you've already been, you're an MLC, you've already been an MP, the kind of politics that has been there. Since the beginning, you've seen how your father has been a figure for the people here in Telangana. Apart from, being the daughter of KCR, what is Kavitha all about? That's one question that a lot of people are asking, because politician aside, what are your aspirations for the state, for the people, and especially for the country as such?
See, one thing I've learned from my leader, my father, KCR, is that one should always do positive politics. One should not engage themselves in negative politics. So you always aspire to do more rather than criticizing other people who have done less. So you draw a bigger line. So that is the motto I live with. In the middle of so much negativity, especially towards women politicians and women, press reporters, I want to always draw a bigger line. In life, in general, in politics, for my state, the way we've grown, whatever little I can contribute for the growth, much more bigger way we would like to grow. And this success formula really, really has to be spread out across the nation. That if the party gives me an opportunity to work across the nation, I will do so. I will carry this message myself to every state, every place, saying that this can work. Let us work towards a positive politics. It is high time, yeah, we should really get out of this negative rhetoric of, आप मूर्खों के सरदार हो, आप ये हो, आप वो हो. तो तुम्हें में करने से किसका फायदा हो रहा है? End of the day, who is gaining? So nobody is gaining. I am saying वो अपने जगह है. तुतिमा में जब करोगे एक दो बार कर लो, but not throughout the 5 years. People give you a chance, you still are doing tutumai. There's no point. So I am for positive politics, and I really want to bring back that respect to politicians. It might look like a tall claim, but and Nehruji's name is today taken with a lot of love and respect. Sardarji's name is taken with a lot of, and Shastriji ke to har koi fan hai. Why don't people admire politicians like that? Because politicians have been consistently not walking their words. Whatever they say, they're not following it. But I want to bring that positive change. We have done that in our state. Whatever we've said, at least 99% we tried to fulfill, and I want to live by that. If I say something to you today, I want to make sure that I'll try my best to make that happen. So I think that image of politics should change, because only then more women will come with a lot of energy. They'll come in.
We've seen in so far in the political arena and the campaigning that has been going on for the Telangana elections. We've seen Prime Minister Narendra Modi, commenting on the BRS, the Congress chief there, Kharge, as well as senior leaders like Rahul Gandhi coming and talking about Bhrashtachar, Parivarvad, and especially at this juncture where TRS, we've seen tall leaders including KTR, yourself, Harish Rao, and several others who have been, yes, it's been one tall family, but there have been senior leaders as well amidst the BRS who are making an impact. What do you have to say to these claims that are being made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi and the other leaders?
See, first of all, Congress party has to really apologize to the farmers of Telangana. Why? Because Rahul Gandhi shows a lot of love to a lot of people. Like he says, I like BCs, I want to empower them. I like farmers, I want to empower them. But whereas their local leaders, who are their choice, their PCC today, talks about if you give Raitu Bandhu to farmers, they're just going to drink it away. If you have this kind of a disrespect in your head, why are Telangana people, why are Telangana farmers going to vote for Congress tomorrow? Well, it is advantage BRS, there is no doubt. Rahulji and here local PCC Revant, both of them are advantage BRS. But despite that, I'm saying this, that a person who is recognized nationally and a person who aims or claims to be a prime minister one day should not fall for such small, tactics of the local leaders. He should be much more in-depth analyzing a state that he's going to. Because whenever Rahulji comes here, he only talks about family, parivar, and he talks about it with his sister next to him, with his mother next to him. I'm like, what parivar are you talking about? You have ruled this country for 75 years with your only parivar. What is Congress without Gandhi family today, you tell me? Mallikarjun Kharge ji, who's the president, who's the party president, he does not give guarantees anywhere. Who gives guarantees? Rahul Gandhi gives guarantees, Priyanka ji gives guarantees, Sonia ma'am gives guarantees. What is this? So what kind of a party are you running? What kind of an example are you setting for the people? So you're clearly saying. And then you come here and call us Parivarvad. So whatever they say and whatever they do don't match up. And that people are understanding now in Telangana. That's why Congress is not going to get anything here. Same thing with Modi ji. Modi ji comes here and talks about Bhrashtachar, he talks about Parivarvad. The constituency where I'm going to, the very next constituency, they gave ticket to Vidyasagar Rao's son, who was the Maharashtra ex-governor. So there is Parivarvad filled in BJP in every constituency, everywhere. Only Parivars, only the minister's sons, everybody is getting seats. But yet they come here and say the same thing. So people are laughing at them. So these tall figures like Modi ji, like Rahul ji, they should really not fall for the script that is written by the local leaders. They should analyze, understand the state. They should really start taking states more seriously, because they cannot be win on a wave or a whim or a narrative or a slogan. No, it will be only won by the execution, which BRS has done in the last 10 years. See, today, every village in Telangana, wherever you can go, I can challenge you, just walk into any village. We will have 24 hours power. We will have our farmers happily doing the farming during the daytime, because nighttime they don't have to go to the a field to water their field or whatever. So we have executed whatever we've said, whereas national parties did never do that, and they should really start doing that.
The Congress, especially out here, has been saying that they want to bring the same Karnataka magic into Telangana. They want to achieve what they have managed to achieve with tall leaders like DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah in Karnataka, right into Telangana as well. What do you think are the comments, what do you have to state about this?
Karnataka, I strongly believe Congress has won by default, because the existing BJP government was so much reeled under corruption, so much reeled under inefficiency, so much reeled under family rule, etc. That is why people wanted to elect a different party. So Congress happens to be a default different party available there. So it is not selection of the people. It is deletion of the other party that gave power to Congress. Point one. So there is no magic working. Only logic of the people working, that we have to teach BJP a lesson. So here, we have not done any major mistakes like what BJP has done there. BRS has never done major mistakes like what BJP in Karnataka did. So it will be a politics of selection here, and people are going to select BRS. They are not going to select Congress, because in Karnataka today, whatever they promised 9 hours power to farmers. Now they are not even able to give 3 hours. Karnataka farmers themselves are saying it openly. See, in this era of social media, your failures won't be hidden. Likewise, your success will not be hidden as well. So Karnataka's failures are propping up everywhere on media every single day. And Congress still wants to say we will repeat Karnataka magic. So people in Telangana have decided we don't want that magic. We want our own people who have delivered success to us, who have given us so many schemes, who have implemented them without any corruption. Like today, I put Raitu Bandhu from Hyderabad, my government, 10K, directly will go to a farmer. There is no middleman, there is no corruption, and we have given it for 10 successful seasons. 72,000 crores of government money has directly gone into farmers' accounts. You tell me who are they going to vote for? Because no government ever stood with the farmer. No government ever said, "Bhai, मैं तेरे साथ खड़ा हूँ, तू कर ले, आराम से farming कर." No government has ever said that. We are the only government who said that. We implemented that. We made sure, we are, despite whatever Corona आया, we never stopped giving Raitu Bandhu. We never stopped procuring paddy, even in Corona. During COVID time, 27,000 crores was given to farmers in the form of paddy procurement. Within 5 days, they get the money. So that never happened earlier. Now Congress is speaking about removing all of that. Why will farmers of Telangana vote for them, you tell me? So whatever magic they are believing in, there is no logic behind it. That was only deletion of BJP that worked. But here, selection of BRS will work in Telangana.
9.5 years is a long term for any leader, to have their impact on. Right now, is there any chance that there is a slight fear of anti-incumbency that might affect the current votes that the BRS is expecting to get?
Ma'am, people take elections very seriously. Election basically is their future. So whichever government they choose will affect the future of their kids. That people of Telangana are very well aware. Because once we did a mistake by giving power to Congress, they merged us with Andhra. To get out of that, vicious cycle, it took us 60 years. So they remember those bad experiences. And during the entire Congress rule, they remember the bad experience of not getting power at all, not getting water at all, no drinking water at all. So people of Telangana who enjoyed all these in the last 10 years, just because there is an election or just because Rahul Gandhi comes and waves his hands, they're not going to give away their future to any parties, who have been lying to them constantly. So it is not a matter of anti-incumbency, but it is a matter of who has performed responsibly, what they have done, did they do the work or not, and we've done the work on the ground. That's why we are confident. Our leader has taught us only one thing: don't lie. Tell them what you can do. So now we are promising the pensions to be increased to 5,000, but we have the guts to say Kitty will not support it. So next year it will be only 3,000, and every year we are going to increase 500. By the end of the 5th year, you will get 5,000. So that guts we have. But Congress today is coming and saying we are going to increase the pension from 2,000 to 4,000. Telangana's Kitty will not support it. Not happening, not next year. Yes, the next year it will happen. The year after it will happen, because we understand how the state is progressing. We hope it will progress much more faster. But assuming the worst case scenario, we can still give 3,000 next year, but not more than that. And we are promising that. We never lie to our people. That is our strength. So that will resonate in the result is what I feel.
It's interesting because the BRS is the Congress going to be the primary opposition or the primary contender that the BRS is going to fight against, because I'm not seeing much of the BJP ever being in a competition in the words or the campaigning that has been so far been going on here from the BRS.
No, from last 2 years we've been saying the same thing. Our principal opponent will always be Congress in Telangana because BJP and its politics are fundamentally against the DNA of Telangana people. We are a very culturally mixed, cosmopolitan kind of a society, and we've been like that for centuries. So we can't tolerate the kind of polarization that BJP tries to throw us on our faces. So fundamentally, Telangana social fabric won't support BJP. But now, when Congress is there, at least they seem to be secular. They are not secular, but at least they seem to be secular. So they will be our distant opponent, very, very distant opponent, but they will be our fundamental opponent. That we've been saying it from last 2 years, and it is the case even now also.
One thing that I will want to ask is, you have been a leader here in Telangana, the BRS. There have been a lot of, I'm sure, in the media as well as on the public forum, there have been a lot of fingers that have been pointed at you, be it with the recent liquor scam or several other where your name has cropped up. Do you think that this has somewhat tarnished, your image or as well tarnished the party's image to an extent in the public arena?
Not at all. They've made all efforts, both Congress and BJP, all efforts they've made to tarnish KCR Garu, KTR Garu, me, trying to make us as a unit seem like a very corrupt family, etc. But that is an old, tried, tested and dusted policy. It is not working in Telangana. They know that very well. And I'll tell you again today with all my sincerity that I have nothing to do with the liquor scam that they're saying. So it is just fakery all from top to bottom, and that will not stand for long. See, they have the might, they have the power to try and disturb you, call you here and there a couple of times, but I've done nothing, absolutely nothing wrong, so there's nothing that is going to come out. And various other things where they tried to blame. I've always been clear with my people. I am not the one who shies away from any kind of allegations made on me because I don't want people to get the wrong sense. I've always cleared it up. So I don't think it has done any damage. Yes, there are discussions, there is mockery, there is a social media army troll, that they keep doing. But people now understand. See, what happens is one BJP neta makes an allegation, then their social media tries to amplify it, then the agencies walk in, and then the Prime Minister talks about it. That's been the cycle throughout the country. Now that they understand, people understand that, and it's become a joke.
Today as well, interestingly, there's, IT searches that are being conducted at BRS MLA supporters' houses as well. We've seen time and again the BRS has made a strong statement saying that the BJP is controlling all of these, ETID and other central agencies. Is this still going to be a continuing narrative of the BRS, even as the raids and searches are going on today?
It is a fact. It is not a narrative that is set by BRS. It is a narrative that BJP itself is setting across the nation. If there is election in Tamil Nadu, there will be raids in Tamil Nadu. If there is election in Rajasthan, see what happened in Rajasthan. They were trying to raid Gehlotji's son and he arrested ED officials. That's a different story. But we have not reacted like that because we understand the agencies are working under certain pressure. We will go by the rule book. If they don't want to play by the rule, let the people decide what to do with these guys, what to make sense of, all these subversion of agencies or subversion of institutions that's happening in the nation, and how to teach BJP a lesson. Let the people decide.
The Congress yesterday, the day before yesterday, TPCC chief Revant said that if the Congress is not voted to power in Telangana, the unemployed youth or the government aspirants especially might turn into Naxals because of the current regime of the BRS. We've seen how, before the entire Andhra Pradesh that we've seen, undivided Andhra Pradesh, we've seen a lot of, Naxalite activity that was continuing. How do you see this statement coming in from the TPCC chief?
See, Revant Reddy always has been very, very vicious towards Telangana society. During the Telangana movement, this person has carried a gun to make sure that, if required, he's going to fire on the students that were agitating. So this is that kind of a person and that kind of a mentality that we are unfortunately dealing with in Telangana. And he's a parachute leader in Congress. He was all his life with Telugu Desam Party, suddenly comes to Congress and within 6 months gets a TPCC post. So that is the sad state of affairs of Congress. But whatever things he's saying, he's not stopped at saying that students will become Naxals. He also called them coolies. He also called our farmers drunkards. He's also calling that why should we give 24 hours power? We should only give 3 hours power to farmers. It's a waste of power, waste of money. So a person who thinks like that, a leader, I will not even call him a leader, a person who thinks like that, who unfortunately is sitting in an undeserving chair. His ideology is reflecting what Congress is going to do if they come to power. So our people are understanding now. He's talking about the failed Amaravati model to be replicated in Hyderabad. Hyderabad already is very successful in many ways. Many stats are showing that. And why do you want to replicate a failure model of Amaravati? So that is how myopic this person is, and that is how bad his thinking is, for a lack of a better word, that people of Telangana are understanding, and we are in this election explaining it to people. If this is the arrogance of this person before coming to power, how will he react when he is in power? So that people should understand. And 10 years, how down to earth our government has been, how friendly we have been. We've declared that our policing will be friendly, and we've been a friendly policing, and we've declared that we are employee friendly government, and we have one of the highest paid employees in Telangana across the nation with the highest paid, because we understand that political ideology has to be end of the day implemented by the government officials, and we respect them to the core, and that is why we are successfully able to implement all the programs, so that people also know. Now this person is threatening officials left, right, center. He's saying we are going to put cases on you. He's saying we are going to remove you. So all negative talk, no positive talk, and he's not till date told what they are going to do if they are coming to power. So they have no vision, unfortunately, no mission. Very unfortunately, only they are looking for commission and power. If at all Telangana people will give them a chance, but people of Telangana understand that they cannot risk their future in the hands of a person like that. So that is another very good reason why they are going to choose KCR garu.
The essence of social media and the power that social media plays today, especially for the youth and for the people in a poll-centric state, you know how important it is. We've seen a lot of deepfake videos, AI, that are making interesting, videos and narratives out there. How do you see, this kind of influence of social media, and especially this kind of AI generated videos, harming the youth, or do you think this is going to be a bad impact in a poll bound state like Telangana?
I strongly believe that we really need a AI policy at national level as soon as we can. We as a nation should really push for it, and I am going to push for it the moment the elections in Telangana are done. We've seen a latest video of a film actress being circulated, which is quite bad. We all complained. Our police is working on it. Delhi police, I think, also is working on its sumoto cases. So, very welcoming move, but prevention is always better than cure. We really need to legislate, especially the influence of AI in elections is going to be very high. We need to prevent it as a nation. But we are in the middle of a poll, we can't push for a policy right now. But immediately after this, before the central elections, as a nation, I strongly believe we need to legislate. Otherwise, it is going to create so many disruptions, unbelievable kind of disruptions, which is not good for anybody. And election results cannot be rigged by machines. That we have to be very carefully regulating without any, mercy. We have to regulate.
The Women's Reservation Bill, you've been a massive advocate for it time and again. In fact, we saw, the celebrations that were held at your house, massive celebrations when it was finally given ahead, go ahead. Do you think it's going to be a reality in a very soon state of affairs, or how do you think there is still some kind of, gears that needs to be shifted to make this a very soon reality?
Oh, there's a huge fight left. On paper, in a general sense, the bill has been passed, but it has to be practically worked out at so many levels. Inclusion of OBC women being the top priority, time-bound implementation being the second priority. We will push for it. From December, we are going to take up a plan of action and work on it. I am also impleading in the Supreme Court case that is coming up right now on the 22nd, I think. We will implead in that as Bharat Jagruti, our NGO who worked for the bill, and we will continue to do so, but there is a lot of fight left.
BRS, we're seeing, KCR going to be standing from Kamareddy as well as from Gajwal. There are hints that this Kamareddy seat should KCR win by a majority. If he's going to be deciding between Gajwal and Kamareddy, there might be a possibility that this is going to be, the limelight will be on you for Kamareddy as well. Is that something that you've thought about, or what do you have to say to these response?
Well, our party, there's no discussion about it. These are speculations going around to dent, some of the prospects of BRS in these two constituencies. But it has nothing to do with me, and there is no discussion about it in the party. So once boss wins 2 seats, party will decide what has to be done and the future course of action.
A last and a final question to you. One of your favorite memories of Telangana movement and something that you've always learnt and followed from your father and the Chief Minister of Telangana, who you aspire is going to be the 3rd time Chief Minister as well?
See what happened in Telangana movement during the movement. It was all strategy, rolled out and propelled by KCR Garu. One of the strategies was to repeatedly use elections as a medium to propagate the ideology of a separate state. So in that process, in one of the elections in 2008, the whole party resigned, including himself and MLAs. People at that point of time somehow did not resonate very well. We had a bad result, bad outcome. Then in 2009 again the same thing happened, there was a bad outcome. So see, that is when a true leadership comes out. After 2009 polls, he remained silent for almost 3 to 4 months. So everybody was saying KCR is now gone, gone out of the scene. So I had asked him, why are we not speaking? Why are we not responding? He said, at times, silence is the biggest response. You don't have to respond to everything. You have to silently understand what has gone wrong, strategize and move ahead. So during his silence, he was completely strategizing for his upcoming Diksha. He was preparing mentally, physically, party-wise, strength-wise. And then he announced his Diksha after 6 months. But his silence of that loss of election to his Diksha, I really learnt a lot from that. And during this liquor allegation, when people were left, right, center making allegations on me, I did not respond. I said, what is there to respond? Why should I respond? And it really worked out very well for me. They kept on making allegations. They kept on calling me names. I just silently took all of it. Because end of the day, I know truth will win. Satyameva Jayate. That's one thing I learned from my father.
Thank you so much. Interesting conversation there with Kavita. She also clearly goes on to state that at the end of the day, Satyameva Jayate, and that in the upcoming elections, it is going to be a hat-trick win and a victory for KCR and the BRS yet again. With video journalist Chandu, Apurva Jayachandran, India Today.